welcome back to my channel and to the first episode of my first ever podcast called Louisiana Notary Insights. I'm glad to have you joining. Remember to be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss a beat in the updates that I have to share. I've thrown around this idea, you guys, to start a podcast for quite some time now, and I finally made some time to publish this first episode. I can't say for certain in this first episode how often I'll be publishing. It could be once a week, it could be bi-weekly, monthly, it may just be sporadic. I'm not sure how it's going to be done yet, but you guys, I'm so excited just to even have the time to do this first one. There's many reasons why I don't have a solid commitment yet. First of all, I have several other playlists I'm working on my YouTube channel, and also, you guys, I have a full-time job also, so I do this on my free time. I put a lot of dedication into this channel and providing content for you guys and other things that I work on, but I do have a personal life and a full-time job. So that's kind of the reason why I just fit this in every chance that I get. And I know you all are loving the content that I share on my channel. So I want to make sure I don't lose any momentum on any of that. By the way, if you haven't seen yet, my most recent series is where I'm breaking down every chapter of the 2025 study guide. So go ahead to my channel and check out that playlist. And you can see all the chapters I've gone through. Every chapter of the 2025 study guide is going to be in there, and that is a work in progress at the time of this podcast. So if you haven't seen that one yet, go check it out. And especially if you're preparing to sit for the exam this year, you're going to want to see all the breakdowns of all the chapters. But I don't want to bore you with all those details here in this episode. I want to get straight into the topic at hand, and that is starting from the beginning. I am breaking down how to become a notary in Louisiana step by step from the beginning. So as you may know by now, it's tougher than most any other state to become a notary in Louisiana than any other state. And that's mainly because you're not just signing documents. You're a part of a legal legacy, basically, and it's tied to our civil law roots. Like you should know by now, in most other states, it's common law, and in Louisiana, it is civil law. So whether you're just dreaming of having this as a side hustle or you want a full-on career, this episode is going to be that initial roadmap for you. So grab a coffee, grab a tea, pen and paper, whatever you need, and just sit back and let's get right into it. So first and foremost, you have to be qualified. And these are some conditions that must be met in order to qualify just to even apply to become a notary. So if you are lacking in any of these areas here, you won't even qualify. These qualifications come directly from the Secretary of State website. All the information on becoming a notary is there. It's www.sos.la.gov. Become very familiar with that website because it is going to be your main go-to for everything having to do with becoming a notary in Louisiana. And the qualifications are as follows. You must be registered to vote in the parish where you are seeking commission. You must be a resident citizen or an alien of the state. You must not be convicted of a felony and not been pardoned. You must be able to read, write, and speak and be sufficiently knowledgeable of the English language. You must be 18 years of age or older, and you must hold a high school diploma or equivalent as approved by the state. So as long as you meet these qualifications, then you're clear to initiate that application process. You should be good to go. And the application from then on is pretty straightforward. The best way to complete it and the way that I'm going to talk about in this episode is doing it online. So first, again, you'll go to the sos.la.gov website. You'll select the tab at the top for Notary and Certifications, then click Become a Louisiana Notary. Once you click that, this is where you will see all the details around how to qualify, how to apply, and more information that we didn't get into yet. Basically, first we want to talk about the application to qualify, and that you can see on this page. There is a hyperlink there, and it says application to qualify. You can see I zoomed in a little bit better for you on this page. So you'll click that link and it'll take you on to the next steps. And those next steps involve you setting up an account if you are not set up already. You'll log in or sign up. It's recommended that you do this and set up an account now if you haven't already. Once you're set up, you'll have an ID generated for you, and believe it or not, this ID is the ID that will follow you as your official notary ID once you do become commissioned. You can always come back here to find it or retrieve it later if you forget the number, but eventually you will most likely know this number by heart. Also, it's important, be sure that your name that you use when you set up your account is the legal name that you intend to use when you do become commissioned and notarize documents. So for example, if you use your middle name and want your middle name to be associated with your legal signature on notarial documents, then you want to set up your account with your middle name. So whatever name you set up is going to be your legal notarial signature. So once you set up, then you should be able to proceed with completing the application to qualify without any issue. And of course, I can't forget to mention, you will have to pay a fee with that. There's a $35 fee required when you apply. So you'll do the application, and then within a short amount of time, maybe a day or so at the latest, you'll get an email of the approval from the Secretary of State. And as long as you met all the qualifications and the fee is paid, then you should be fine. The next step would be to take a mandatory pre-assessment. Now, I said assessment there. Please don't panic. Don't be concerned. This pre-assessment is not that serious, and it actually has nothing to do with notarial work. So don't be alarmed by that, but it is required. So to register for it, you'll go back to the SOS website, follow that same path under Notary and Certifications, scroll down the page a bit, and you'll see under the heading how to register to take the exam pre-assessment there. There's a hyperlink to register online. Read over the information at your own leisure and then click that little hyperlink that says register, and the site will take you through some simple steps. You'll register for it, and then shortly you'll receive an email to take that assessment online. And guys, I wouldn't waste any time to take that exam. Don't put too much thought into it. It's not a pass or fail grading scale like you might think. It's basically just a reading comprehension assessment, and it's meant to gauge your comprehension skills. You will receive a grade, but that grade is more like a recommendation on where your comprehension level falls in a certain category, and it'll advise you on how well you may or may not do on the official exam. But it's not set in stone, and it's not a definitive you will pass or you will fail. So it doesn't really matter where you fall on this pre-assessment when it comes to taking the exam. So don't get scared and feel like you need to prepare. It doesn't even have anything to do with the notarial work. Like I said, the Secretary of State will receive your pre-assessment completion once you complete it, and they will send you an email to advise you that you're cleared and you can now register for the official exam. And just to be completely transparent, I want to show you what that email looks like. Here is the actual email from the Secretary of State that I received personally after I completed the pre-assessment in 2020. It's pretty straightforward. So you'll get an email like this, and then the more fun stuff begins. here is where you want to take special consideration as to when you want to sit for the exam. All of the exam date information can be found on the SOS website, and it changes often. And to navigate there, you go again to Notary and Certifications on the sos.la.gov, then click Prepare for the Notary exam, select Get Exam Information, and here's where you will see any of the updates related to upcoming exam dates and deadlines. So when you're ready, you go here, find the link to register for an exam, and that too will require a fee. Of course, that fee is $100. But please keep in mind that that fee is per exam. So if you take the exam multiple times, that means that's $100 each time the exam is taken. For registering for an exam, please do this. Though this is not absolutely mandatory, it is absolutely necessary that you purchase an official study guide for the current year. This exam for the Louisiana Notary exam is open book, which means you can take this official book with you on exam day. However, it can only be the book from the current year, except there are some exceptions, mainly being the first exam of the new year allows you to bring the previous year's book, but that's just historically what's been done. It's not a guarantee that it'll always be that in the future. That's just historically. But I definitely recommend getting the current year's edition regardless. So, for example, if it's the start of a new year, I highly suggest that you get the current year's book. If it's not available, wait for it. Go to the SOS website. You can navigate to Notary and Certifications, click Prepare for the Notary exam, and you can see which year's book is currently available. If it's the one that is for the current year, scroll down a bit and make your purchase there. It's pretty simple. That too will have a cost, and it's a one-time fee of $100 for the current year's book. So once you have that study guide, now it's study time. And there's so many resources out there, you guys, such as Facebook groups, courses, certain study groups that others sometimes put together, etc. So check that out. Also, I personally have my own resources that I offer, such as this YouTube channel, of course. It's packed with hundreds of free videos. The direct link to that is here. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and check it out. Also, I offer some courses on my own website. You can navigate there, www.notarizedbycristy.com. Click on the shop icon, and you can browse through the current courses that I'm offering. There's also a filter where you can filter by category to view courses from 2024, 2025, and free courses. And I imagine in 2026 and beyond, I'll add additional courses. Also, I've developed the one and only Louisiana Notary app. It's called Louisiana Notary Intelligence. Now, regrettably, it's only currently available on the iOS Apple App Store. So for Apple users, you're good. You can search the App Store for the Louisiana Notary Intelligence, and it should pop right up. It's gone through a major update since I first launched it last year. So there's many new features. So if you've used it before, you've already heard about it. Like maybe last year or so, go and check it out again. Give it another try because I have a ton of more additional free resources out there. It's like I said, it's gone through a major update. I've even enhanced some of the quiz features on there as well. I'm still working out all the details to make it available on Google Play, but I will give you a major update if you are an Android user. And if you've watched this long, you're in luck because you get to see it. This app is available on the web also. So even if you don't have an iPhone or an Android phone, you can get to it on the web and use and access all of the free features. The only problem with the web version is that it's not compatible with any paid features. So you can access everything that is free to a free user. You can log in, create an account, and beyond. You just can't sign up for the paid version and see those features. It's just not compatible. But to access the web version, you can actually check out this QR code, and it should take you right there. Just go ahead and navigate there. You can, like I said, you can access all the free features and check it out. Give it a try. Then, lastly, I am also the author of the book available on Amazon called From Aspiring to Accomplished: Mastering Louisiana Notarial Success. The book it's not a study guide, it's not a supplement to the study guide in any way. It's just some basics, and it's meant for someone who is really just starting out on their journey. So if you're just starting out, it could be something you might find beneficial. But if you already have some knowledge on what to do next and where you are and what the whole process is, then you might not find it as helpful. So I'm just being brutally honest here. But I did give it a lot of thought into writing this book. So definitely check it out if you want to, and you can get a little insight into my own personal story as well. So if you want to, go ahead and click the QR code here, and it should direct you straight to Amazon. Now that's a wrap, you guys, for this initial podcast. In the next episode, what I'd like to do is take you on a journey of the next steps for those of you, once you do pass the exam, what to do next to get your commission. It involves, of course, more fees and more steps on the sos.la.gov website, but I want to walk you through that, and um, it should be fairly straightforward as well to help you get started on your journey further. And if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. If you found it helpful, share it with a friend, share it on your social media, leave a comment. Let me know in the comments if there's anything particular you would like to hear more about in a future episode. This channel's purpose is ultimately meant to help you. So I want to thank you so much for your support and for listening, and we will see you next time.